Hey friends, it's Walter here with another video for the Love from Lizi design team, in which I am showcasing 4 additional designs that I created using the April 2026 card kit of the month, Sleepy Seas. Our first card is going to combine some of the really pretty patterned paper from the kit along with lots of the ephemera. I start by making my A2 sized card base and cutting the patterned paper down to a panel that is 5.25 inches by 4 inches. I then start to play around with some possible layouts of the ephemera, deciding which pieces I'll include, which pieces I may not include, and just to see how they'll fit overall. Once happy, I go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of my card panel and adhere it down onto the card base. I then take the beautiful white and gold peel-off strips and run them around the space between the card base and the card panel to provide a nice frame. The white, the gold, the blue all come together to create such a really pretty maritime sailing type of theme. I just work my way around each of the sides of the card, making sure that all of my peel-offs align. I then grab a pencil and put a little mark where I know I want the tip of my sailboat, put some adhesive onto the back of it, and lay it down into place on the card. I then take some double-sided foam tape strips and put them onto the back of each piece of my floral ephemera. One will go on the left side of the wave and boat, the other on the right side, and I set those pieces aside. I select my sentiment and go ahead and get that stamped onto my card using black ink. There are so many wonderful sentiments to choose from in this kit. Just choose your favorite and go with it. I then remove the backing from the double-sided foam tape and adhere my florals into place. As I had previously mentioned, one on the left, one on the right. And in the center, I place a flower that has double-sided foam tape on the back of it. This last piece is optional, but I did want to have a little bit of cloud and moon showing up in the design, so I put double-sided foam tape on the back and adhered it. I then put some glue onto the back of some star ephemeras and put them into place. A few gems to add a little bling and some shimmer and sparkle to our design. And it's a wrap. This first card is complete. The star of this second card is the bag of that, what I'm calling little sand mixture that came in the kit. I cut my patterned paper down to the size I wanted, and then take a double-sided sticky sheet, cut it into a 1-inch strip, and adhere it down onto the card panel. This is going to be what holds the sand in place, along with some glue. So I put some little strips of glue on there, just for some extra adhesive, and then use my finger to disperse it around. I then sprinkle that sand mixture onto that area, making sure that it's fully covered, and then lift it up and tap it to make sure that any loose pieces come off. It adds such cool texture and effect to the design. I go ahead and choose my sentiment and stamp it onto the really large floral centerpiece ephemera. And that's really going to be the main focal point of our design, resting right on that sand. I put some adhesive onto the back of the card panel and set it onto the base. I then put some glue onto the back of that stamped ephemera and set that into place. Now, honestly, you could just put a few things in the sky and be done because this would be a beautiful design. But I really want to include this piece that has the whale and the clouds up in the sky. So I decide on the best place to put it, and I go ahead and adhere it down to my card with double-sided foam tape on the back. I then grab my peel-offs and I use the gold stars and put several up in the sky as well as down in the sand to add some nice shimmer and shine to the overall design. It also helps to break up so many neutral colors like the tan and the dark blue and just gives an overall nice little added touch. I really do feel like you can never go wrong when using gold stars. They add a lot to an overall aesthetic. And once those are in place, I glue a couple of starfish ephemera down onto the sand. I used magnets on top of those starfish to make sure that they were adhered. And there we go. Our second design is complete. I think this third design is my favorite of the four, and that's probably because I absolutely love this patterned paper. It's my favorite piece out of the whole collection, and so I wanted to really do something that I thought was really pretty and would enhance that design. So I cut my paper down to a panel of 4 inches by 5.25, select my sentiment, and go ahead and stamp it onto the panel using gold ink. I stamped it a few times to get a nice solid stamping onto it. Once happy, I put some adhesive onto the back of the panel and adhered it down to my A2 card base. I then put a border of the really pretty gold peel-offs going around the area between the card base and the card panel. This just acts like a nice frame and further enhances the gold metallic look that you see on the wave pattern where the city print is. These peel-offs are such an easy way to add some additional design elements as well as to bring out other colors in your cardstock. Once happy, I took my piece of ephemera that has the cloud with the stars hanging down from it. I poked a hole in it, and then I took one of the gold chain pieces with the star hanging on it and put it through the hole and attached it there using one of the small gold brads. I then put double-sided foam tape onto the back of it and set it into place. I absolutely love the way this looks. I then put some double-sided foam tape onto the back of the 3 pieces of heart block ephemera, put them onto the card, and then followed up with adding some additional elements, one on top of one of the blocks, and then florals on the side of the other 2 blocks. This is just bringing in some additional nature elements into the design, as well as adding a pop of color. I had these gold stars left over from an earlier Love from Lizi kit, and it was time to break them out. I put some glue onto them and adhered 5 down onto my design. They add a nice amount of shimmer and shine and add some additional star elements into it. And this design is complete. I absolutely love it. And here we are at our fourth design. I'm using some of the patterned paper from the kit, as well as I grabbed a handful of pieces of ephemera. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use, so I just grabbed some pieces and figured I would play around and see how they would look. I cut my star paper down to 4 inches by 5.25. And then I take a piece of that clear tape that has the gold metallic stars on it, and I place it across the top of the panel, and then cut it off the excess on the ends once it's in place. I then run some of the gorgeous white and gold peel-off strips going around the entire panel to create a frame for it. I really wanted to use the white and gold instead of some of the other color strips because I felt it was really going to make this panel pop with the rich dark blue and all of the sparkle coming in and the gold from the stars. It's just the perfect pair. I then adhere that panel into place onto my white card base. I simply put some glue onto the back of it and set it down onto the card. I then added some glue to the back of the waves. I had ephemera. I was originally going to use the paper, but then I decided this ephemera would work perfect. Some double-sided foam tape onto the back of my sailboat ephemera, and I set it into place on the top of those waves. Some more double-sided foam tape on the back of the ephemera blocks that spell out I love ocean, and I set it into place on the right hand of my card. I then grab some of the gold sparkle star peel-offs and add them into my design. You simply put them wherever you'd like to see them. They really do add a nice pop of color and shine to the sky. No rhyme or reason, add as many or as few as you'd like. And with that, I decided it was done. I didn't think it needed anything further. Okay, so to wrap it all up, created 4 cards using this absolutely amazing kit, Sleepy Seas. I just love it. First one, sending all my love across the ocean. Have the boat sailing on the ocean, some florals kind of surrounding it, the moon up in the sky, and just a really serene, peaceful feeling. Then created Smooth Sailing Sweet Friend, where we have the beach down at the bottom here with some florals, some starfish, and then we have this very ethereal and mystical little piece up here in the sky of the moon with that whale and the little sailboat just kind of floating on the clouds. Really, really pretty. We then have Let Worries Drift, which is, I think, my favorite of these because I absolutely love this paper with the city kind of interspersed in the clouds. We have the clouds with those really cool little starfish and drops just hanging down, which is why I thought it would be perfect to use one of the brads and one of the stars on the chain to hang down there. And we have those great stars and then other pieces of ephemera. Just a really sweet, positive, uplifting card. And last but certainly not least, for the beach fan or the ocean fan in your life, we have very simple design, but really pretty I love ocean with the wave, the sailboat set against the stars. Lots of sparkle and shimmer thanks to that piece of the transparent tape with the stars on it and the gold glitter stars peel-offs. So really, really beautiful kit. I had so much fun creating with it this month. And I'm looking forward to seeing what next month's kit is going to look like. So thanks for spending some time here with me today, and I'll see you again real soon. Until then, be well.